What's up? What were your original goals for this class? Aside from passing it, the main goal was to write the thesis script for the thesis film that we would film at the end of the program. That was basically the entire point of the class existing, aside from teaching me how to be a better writer, more or less. Did you meet those goals? Why or why not? I want to say that I did meet the goal of writing the thesis script. There were like two options that we could choose. A 4-pager and a 6-pager. Currently, I decided to choose the 6-pager for my thesis film, which again will be filmed at like the end of the program. What did you learn about yourself as a writer this month? And what did you learn about yourself as an artist and storyteller? What I learned about myself as a writer is that I still need a lot of work. I still need to write scripts that are better and, at the very least, work within a short time frame. As for storyteller and writer, really what I've learned is that I have the ideas. They are in there. They're in here. But the main issue is that I have a very hard time putting those things to paper, or in this case, a final draft document. Like, the ideas are here, but the work skills are not here. They're here, but not here, more or less. What do you need to continue to work on? Basically, all of my problems really just boil down to poor time management. If I know how to manage my time a little bit better, then realistically, I think I could be a better writer or a better artist. That, and I also learned that I need to be a little bit more professional in the field. Whether or not you want to be a writer, how might you apply the class content to your life, either professionally or personally? I think professionally really is just learning how to sell the story or project, whatever I choose to make at that moment in time. Like, realistically, I have to make a pitch document and then like present it to like a group of executives. Like, I learned how to sell an idea to a group of people, as well as knowing how to write scripts better. That's really what I'm going to take from the class. If you can go back to the beginning of the month and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be and why? The only piece of advice that I would realistically give myself before the class started is quite literally just stay professional. That really is the only advice that I can give myself. Why that would be is quite literally because of grade reasons, but ultimately it's just because personal reasons. That, and also learning how to manage my time a little bit better, because if you don't manage your time, then you are going to have a hard time in this class. And believe me, I had a very hard time in this class. If you had to go back and rewrite your filmmaking concepts and practices project, what changes would you make based on the information you learned from this month? Really, I think the only changes that I would make is just like writing better character, a better beginning, middle, and end, as well as formatting stuff a little bit better. Those are really realistically the only things that I would change about the script that I made for filmmaking concepts and practices. With the knowledge that I know now. Of the screenplays that you wrote in this course, which one do you think you might want to use as your thesis project? What does it say about you as a filmmaker and storyteller? How will this project serve as your calling card into the industry? The project that I've already chosen to make my thesis project is a story called Grease Monkey. It's basically a story about a detective who has to team up with a monkey to stop this thief who is stealing cars. That really is like the premise of the whole story. Now what this says about me as a filmmaker and storyteller, basically it just says that, hey, I have some pretty funny ideas, I'm a pretty funny guy, and I can do it in a short amount of time, and I can use concepts that have been done before, but I can do it in a funny and original way that I think no one else could bring to the table. Like, I think a monkey and cop duo has been done before, but I want to do it in a more creative and funny way than it has before. Now, how will this project serve as your calling card into the industry? I realistically do not know. But in all honesty, I think it would serve as a way to get into comedy writing, because I consider myself to be a pretty funny guy. And I can use this script as a way to get myself into writing comedies, or by proxy, detective stories. Which will then lead me into like bigger, better passion projects for future endeavors that I could sell to larger film companies. That really is how I would use this specific project as my calling card.